Hey guys, I know I haven't made a video in a while. Been busy doing other things lately, but I decided I'd better catch you up with what I've been up to. So lately I've been playing with learning how to make bread. I'm teaching myself how to make homemade bread, and by no means an expert at this time. I'm getting a little better every try. I recently decided to try to make some whole wheat bread, and I thought I'd share that with you. First thing you need to do is you need to get yourself some whole wheat or wheat berries. There's a few companies out there. I'll throw a link in to where you can get some of these berries, and they look like this, just little nuggets. So my process is I've put the 4 cups of these wheat berries into my hand grinder, and I grind them up. Now when you're done, these 4 cups will turn into about 6 cups of flour. So this is I'm going to try to walk you through the whole process, and this is by no means a tutorial of how to make bread from whole wheat. It's more of, this is what I'm doing. I'm no expert, and I'm still learning as I go. So here you see I throw the 4 cups of wheat berries into my grinder, and I start cranking. And throughout this process, the grain comes out into a flour. Now this is a whole flour. This isn't like your whole wheat you get at the store, but this is all of the germ and everything that comes with the flour. It hasn't been separated. It hasn't been fortified or anything like that. So this is just basic flour as it was eaten by our forefathers. So I'm done with this process. As you can see here, I've got 6 cups of flour. So the next step is to make sure the work surface is clean. So I'll go ahead and wipe down everything with a little bleach water to make sure that there's nothing on the counter and it's perfectly ready to go. You'll need 2 cups of water, a ½ cup of sugar, your leaven, in this case it's a sourdough starter, your 6 cups of flour, a tablespoon of salt, and a large mixing bowl. Here we go. I'm going to add the ingredients. First the water, then the sugar, which I'll whisk up to dissolve the sugar. Then I'll add my sourdough starter. Now I've seen this added different ways. This is the way I've chosen to do it. Again, I'm not the expert. There's a lot of experts out there. This is just the way that I've been doing it. If there's a better way to do it, go ahead and share it with me. I'd like to hear. But you can see I add here about a ½ cup to a cup of my sourdough starter. And again, I'll just turn around and I'll whisk that in too. Then I'm going to add 4 cups of my freshly ground flour. Now these 4 cups aren't going to make a dough yet. What I'll do is whisk them also into a batter. You'll see here, I just whisk this into a batter. It's not dough at this point, it's more of a batter. And this batter I'm going to leave on the counter for about an hour to just kind of set up and allow all that wheat flour to absorb the moisture. And then finally, I'm going to add my salt. Now remember, not all salts are the same. Look at your ingredients, because some of the salts have agents added to them to keep them from caking, which may affect your dough as it rises. Okay, so now I'm ready to take my batter and turn it into a dough. So I've got 2 cups of flour left for my original 6 cups. I'm going to spread this on the counter. Then I'm going to put my batter on top of that, and I'm going to begin to knead it. Now once you get started, you want to knead this for about 10 minutes in order to turn it into a good dough. And you'll see it kind of transition from this gooey batter into a dough. I'm going to speed the process up because 10 minutes is a long time to watch somebody knead bread. As I begin kneading the batter into dough, I can feel it changing under my hands, and it goes from this gooey substance into a more plastic substance. It becomes more elastic throughout the kneading process. So I've noticed also that the whole wheat is a lot harder to get to that plastic, stretchy feeling than the regular bread dough that I've been using. It's a little bit more difficult to get it to act the way you want it to. After about 10 minutes of kneading, I'll go ahead and roll it into a loaf, which I'll put into a bread pan. Now I found I like to use a little parchment paper with my bread pans. It keeps it from sticking. It makes my life a little bit easier. Then I'll cover it with some plastic wrap and leave it on the counter to rise for 8 to 12 hours. Since I don't have a steam oven, I use a cookie sheet and put water in it to simulate a steam oven. This seems to work out pretty well for me so far. I then set my oven to 450, let it warm up, and I'm ready to bake. Then I will bake my bread at 450 degrees for 45 minutes. Then I'll put my baked bread on the counter to cool for about 20 minutes, remembering the bread is still baking inside. I remove it from the paper after it's cooled, and I'm ready to slice it up and add butter. I'm clearly a rookie baker and learning still. So any suggestions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Have fun. I'll see you later.